Hello, my name is Dominic Bivens. I'm a staff associate in the Office of Enrollment Choice and Transfer for Baltimore City Public Schools. And today I'm going to be talking with you about our middle and high school choice process here in Baltimore City. By the end of this session, you will understand the process and procedures for participating in our middle and high school choice process. We'll talk about some of the academic and career programming available at our choice sites, and what are the resources available to you and your family to help you navigate the choice process. First, we have a middle school choice process for our fifth graders transitioning to sixth grade. About half of our middle schools do not have a zone middle school. So middle school choice process is the process by which we place those students. Those students that do not have a zone middle school are considered our priority one fifth students in the middle school choice process. We also have students at our various K to 8s that can participate in the choice process as well. For our high school choice process, this is the process by which we place all of our 8th grade students here in Baltimore City, as there are no zone high schools in Baltimore. Students that are not currently enrolled in city schools can also apply for a seat in one of our high school choice sites. There have been a few changes as it relates to the choice process that I will share with you at this time. Firstly, we've added a few additional middle school options to our middle school choice process for families to select. Katherine Johnson Global Academy, Franklin Square Elementary Middle School, and the Mount Washington School have been added to this year's middle school choice process. A geographic placement preference will apply for those students um, applying for our lottery and traditional high schools. That means if you live in a certain quadrant of the city, your child will receive preference at those schools in that same quadrant. Our CTE centers, Carver Evanston and Mergenthaler, or Mervo as it's commonly called, no longer have an entrance criteria and will operate as a lottery high school. In addition to our high school choice application, there is a survey built into the application where students can express interest in their various CTE programs we have here in Baltimore City. More on our CTE program later. Our school choice fair will be held virtually this year and will launch December 3rd, and it'll be available to families to visit for the entire school year. There will also be one formula that is used for middle school choice advanced academic placement, as well as one formula for placement in our entrance criteria high schools. We'll talk more about composite scores and entrance criteria high schools in this presentation as well. For the 22-23 school year cohort participating in the choice process this year, only grades will be used as they were in the past school year. The final grade average will be used in the calculation of the composite score. To calculate that grade average, we will look at students' final grades from 3rd grade and 4th grade if they're applying in middle school choice, and for 6th and 7th grade if they're applying for high school choice. The highest overall average is what will be used in the calculation. The reason for this is that we know that some students experienced some challenges as it related to navigating and accessing virtual instruction last year, as we are still in the middle of a pandemic from the COVID-19 virus. Knowing this, we wanted to make sure that we did not penalize students who experienced difficulty accessing instruction last year in the virtual setting. But we know that there were also some students that did well in the virtual setting. And so we wanted those students that did well for their grades to be used in the composite score process. The first quarter grades will also be used in the calculation of the composite score. So when talking with your student about their school choices, these are a few factors to consider when making your school selections. Number one, first and foremost, is the academic and career programming offered at the middle and high schools you are interested in your child attending. You also want to think about the extracurricular activities, word and advice from families and friends, the entrance qualifications, because we know some schools have different entrance qualifications, and more importantly, the location of the school as well is important to think about when making your school selections. Some of the programs offered through the middle and high school choice process include 3DE by Junior Achievement, which is a business inquiry-based program offered at Frederick Douglass. We also have a few sites that offer what we can call advanced academics honors programming at some of our middle school sites, and most of our K-8 sites offer honors programming. We also have the Ingenuity Project at a few of our middle schools, as well as at Poly that families can apply to. There is the P-TECH program, which offers where students can earn not only their high school diploma, but also an associate's degree in a variety of different fields through a partnership with Baltimore City Community College. And then we also have some students where they can earn college credits while in high school. As it relates to our CTE programming, CTE is our career and technical education program, and most of our high schools offer certification in a variety of what used to be called trades, from everything from computer science, cosmetology, automotive repair, culinary arts. The list goes on as to what different trades or CTE programs students can take part in here in Baltimore City Public Schools. So for our middle school choice programs, we have, as mentioned earlier, the Ingenuity Project, which is a math and science-based honors program that students can participate in. We have our traditional middle schools. We have some charter schools. We have some advanced academic honors programs at many of our schools. And we have some traditional K-8 sites that families can apply to as well. At the high school level, we also have a variety of different programs, such as our CTE programs that I spoke about earlier, our traditional high school and middle high school options, some charter schools, and last but not least, our entrance criteria high schools. Entrance criteria schools are those schools that require a composite score in order for a student to attend. At the high school level, this would be Poly, City, Dunbar, and Western. And then we have, at the middle school level, our advanced academic programs offered at Waverly, Roland Park Cross Country, Mount Royal, and Francis Scott Key. The composite score are calculated using test scores and grades. And in a typical year, we would look at the final grades from the previous year, the first quarter grades, as well as assessment scores. As stated in my slide earlier, this year we will only be using grades to calculate a composite score for students. So that means that we will look at their overall general average, and then they will not receive a score for the math and reading in the composite score. Everyone will essentially receive a score of 100 in the calculation of the composite score. The way that you can apply for our middle and high school choice options is by submitting a middle and high school choice application. And there's a separate application for middle school and high school. The way it works is that you list 5 of your top choices, up to 5, in the order in which you prefer to be placed. And you submit that application if you're a Baltimore City student to your choice liaison, or if you're not enrolled in city schools, you would submit your application along with all other necessary documentation to Baltimore City Central Office. Those families that aren't currently enrolled in city schools can also complete the application via Campus Portal. You can log in and Campus Portal at www.baltimorecityschools.org/campus portal. There you will log in, select the link for online choice application, select your student for which you're filling out a choice application form, and select your 5 choices in order of preference. Once you've once you've made your school selections, you just hit save and that's it. You've submitted your choice application. You can find directions for this on our website or by talking to your child's choice liaison. So I've mentioned a few times the choice liaison. Every school in Baltimore City has a choice liaison. The job of the choice liaison is to counsel and advise and support families navigating the choice process. Some questions you might want to ask your choice liaison are, what is my child's composite score? How was it calculated? When are the applications due? What school would meet my child's interests? Or what are some of the schools available in my area? These are just a few questions we would advise asking the choice liaison as they support and work with you in completing the choice process. For those families who might not yet be in 8th grade or 5th grade for middle school, it's never too early to start thinking about our middle and high school choice process. By 3rd grade, you want to talk to your child about what their interests are and what excites them about school. By 4th grade, you want to get familiar with how their grades, attendance, and test scores will affect their options. And then by 5th grade, you can participate in the middle school choice process, narrow down the choices, and meet with schools that meet your child's interests and goals. Same thing for the high school choice process. You want to start thinking in 6th grade, what are the schools that are going to fit my child's interests? By 7th grade, you want to make sure that students are focused, your child is focused, and that they understand that their grades that year can affect where they can apply to high school. And then by 8th grade, you can learn about the different specialized program or career education technology programs offered at our various schools. Lastly, for our choice timeline, we have open houses currently taking place at our various middle and high school choice sites. By November 30th, you should have received the middle and high school choice guide that contains even more information about our middle and high school choice process. December 3rd is when we launch our virtual choice fair. January 1st is when the choice applications will be due. And February 2nd is when charter applications are due for families looking for placement in a charter school. And then by March 4th, families will receive notification about their placement and they can participate in the second round of our choice process. If you have questions or concerns or comments about our middle and high school choice process, please visit baltimorecityschools.org or you can reach out to Director Brandon Tillman of the Enrollment Choice and Transfer Office or myself, Dominic Bivens, Staff Associate in the Office of Enrollment Choice and Transfer. Thank you, and everybody take care.